Okay, I haven't seen to this game in a little bit because I'm trying to wrap up some other things in this channel, but since that I'm here, and Anna apparently leveled up, so, few hit points, nothing into Thief? Oh, you must be leveling up your fighter aspect. Yeah, that appears to be what was the case, because that seems like it would have been way too close. No matter. So, now, I've taken care of everything related to inventory management. Now I just need to find a place to dump all my crap, get some good armor, because I keep mentioning that I need to get good armor. So it's about time I did so. Okay, so this claims that it's the market. Aha! Now let's find someone to sell crap to. Corvus? You look familiar. You see a tall man in plate armor. Well, actually I shouldn't say that he looks familiar, but I think I've seen that name. The armor is of unusual construction, with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach, but then his eyes wander around the market. Good day, citizen. I am Guard Corvus. Greetings. How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look, but glances over your shoulders. I have some questions. He nods to you. I will help you if I can, citizen. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. I am Harmonium Guard Corvus, citizen. I help keep the peace here at the market. Tell me about Harmonium. Our belief is simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are order. We are truth. We maintain and enforce order here in Sigil. We police the city. What can you tell me of the other factions? I know little about them, citizen. I'm sorry, but you will have to take your questions to a representative of their order for answers. He keeps looking about. I wonder what there's... I don't know. I'm looking for someone named Lothar, or the Master of Bones. He turns his gaze on you and frowns. I would counsel you against disturbing Lothar, citizen. I doubt you really want to find him. Why?
Updated my journal.
He frowns as he looks off into the distance. I'm a realist, citizen, as well as a Harmonium officer. As a realist, I know that there are those who are above the law. It is a fact of life. Go on. Some people don't fear the law because of their connections in the city. Others due to their sheer power and the fear they instill in people. Lothar is a power to be reckoned with, citizen. He is untouchable, if you understand my meaning. I still need to find him.
Updated my journal.
He sighs as he looks about the market. Very well, citizen. His kip is somewhere south of here in a wrecked house. Good luck to you. I need to buy some weapons. You need to talk to Anza, citizen. He can help you. He is over by the furnace. You need to talk to Alec for magical items, citizen. He can help you. He is over on the other side of the market. You glance over your shoulder and notice a young lady walking about the market. Corvus seems to have his eye locked on her. You seem preoccupied. What are you looking at? He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon, citizen. Please excuse me. His eyes wander back to the young woman, and his voice almost fades to a whisper. She is the voice of an angel, and she is such a pretty thing. Why don't you go talk to her? You seem quite infatuated with her.
Updated my journal.
An uncomfortable silence fills the room. Finally, he turns his attention back to you. I just couldn't. I mean, a woman like that, well, she must be. Was there anything else I can help you with, citizen? I must be going. Oh, dear. Well, given how provocatively the women in here are dressing by the looks of it, but that doesn't surprise me too much. Okay, so I'm looking for...
Alright.
What were those names? Let me bring the dialogue window back up. There you are. Okay, so... Alright, so... Alec for magical items and Anzi for weaponry. Let's see what you have to offer in the meantime. You see a large, blustery merchant. He looks to be totally hairless, and his pale yellow skin is scarred as if from burns. He looks at you intently as you approach. Man, what's all this then? Ah, well, probably a low budget. He smiles at you. Greetings, I'm Cinder. I heard about you. You be the scarred clueless fellow that be going round the wards asking questions. What can I be helping you with? You look like you have a few scars yourself. He frowns, then begins to laugh. Aye, that I do. Few years back, I had me a kip set up in the hive. Some barmy mage decided to burn the ward right out of Sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was. Huh. Wait, is that the time that Ignis struck? Huh, so, this relates far... Wow, someone took great care in crafting this place. A month? That's not all that long. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment. Aye, it could have been worse. Local mage healed me, fixed the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back, but I kinda liked the look. Do you think this mage could help me with my scars? He looks you over, then shrugs. I don't see why not. Your scars don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. Aye, now who's to say? You should talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian, and he sets his skip up over by the foundry. I may do that. I have some questions for you. I'd be pleased to answer your questions. He narrows his eye and gives you a sly smile. About the shop and the wares you see here, that is. I'm no tout, I'm not. I'm interested in spells. I think I can help you. Let me show you my wares. Alright, now let's see. It doesn't look like I can sell any of my crap, but... magic missile, of course. So what kind of spells are there? Okay, so chromatic orb, armor, magic missile, blindness. Ice knife is something I don't recognize. Strength I do. Knock is... I like the images that they use for this. That's really nice. Ball of lightning. That must have been what one of the cranium rat groups threw at me. Cloak of warding. I'm not familiar with that one. Elysium's tears. Hold undead. Unbearably derisive laugh. That's an odd name for a spell. Fusion force missiles. String. Interesting names. I like this.
Done.
Let's see. There's Anza. Let's see if I can dump some stuff on him. You see an older, stern-looking man. His face is a mixture of wrinkles and frown lines. Greetings. He gives you a quick, stiff bow. Aye, greetings to you as well. Anza is me name. What you be needin'? I have some questions. He gives you a toothless grin. I reckon I got the time to give you the chance. What you be needin' to know? What's that furnace used for? He glances at the furnace and then lowers his voice. The furnace does nothing other than teach me lazy boy responsibility. That boy is always yapping and talking and such. Reckons himself a scholar and don't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me. Okay, still can't sell my crap. Hammer of quality. 2 to 5. Oh, that must be where it comes in. Well, at least I know that they'll sell for a metric ton, but the problem is I need to make sure that I'm actually have the inventory space for it. Losing Morte has made things rather difficult. Come on, Anna, let's... Maybe you'll take the magic items. You see an older... Oh, shoot. You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings. And to you as well, Cutter. How may I serve you? Still can't sell this stuff? Come on. Do I have to go back and find some other crazy person? Cranium rat charm, what's that in? Ah, okay. So I can use it to buff my magic or detect traps. Useful. And all sorts of other useful trinkets. Shamanic rod. This is the severed foot. Huh, is that what I have? A shamanic rod. That's how you pronounce it, because that first word is shaman. I presume it's shamanic rod. I could use some more I could use some more blood charms, though. Given that I have been going through them quickly, and it doesn't look like I'm going to find anyone else anytime soon. Apart from that, a bunch of female shoppers, and another guard. Let's talk to the guard real quick. You see a tall man in plate armor. Okay, so I've seen this before. Okay, so this guy doesn't seem to be eyeing anyone. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. I am Harmonium Guard Drixel, citizen. Citizen. Ah! Why am I screwing everything up today? Well, I've heard about the Harmonium, but let's see what he has to say. Okay. It seems like there's a simple... Yeah, it looks like this is simply different. Let's check it out. Our belief is simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are order. We are truth. He steals his expression. There wasn't even a question of me joining them. You see, some Berks talk about doing battle with chaos to restore order and harmony, but they haven't got the stones to do anything about it. The Harmonium. We take action. We keep order on Sigil Street and on the plains. He nods at you matter-of-factly. He looks even bolder as he speaks, and we don't keep order with words. We fight, and fight hard to maintain and enforce order. Cross-traders, Knights of the Poets, In-Depths, Anarchists, Zalcetex, Tanari Fiends. Wait, Tanari? Huh. I guess they're a staple in a lot of RPG campaigns and settings. All had best beware the Harmonium shadow. Chaos can only exist in an air of tolerance. What can you tell me of the other factions? He looks rather bored, then shrugs his soldiers. Nothing. They are not a part of the truth that is the Harmonium. I have not studied them. Man, there are a bunch of different factions here. I really need to keep track of them. So what do I know about so far? The Dust Man, whatever crazy there is no absolute truth on us a part of, and now the Harmonium. He gives you a dumbfounded look, starts to say something, stops, then start again. Well, no one knows for certain where Lothar is, citizen. He hasn't broken any laws that we know of, so we at the Harmonium leave him be. I suggest you do the same. Why? He gives you an annoyed look. Because, Burke, you don't mess with someone as powerful as Lothar without an extremely good reason and lots of friends backing you up. That's why. I still need to find him. He stares at you for some time before answering. Very well. You can find the entrance to his crypt in a wrecked building here in the ward. He begins to look through you rather than at you. Okay, so I'm gonna look around to see if there's anyone else that I can...
All right.
All these people and I still feel lonely. Alright, I've tried that. Okay, so there doesn't seem to really be anyone I can sell my trinkets to. Now, who are you? Actually, wait, if I'm not mistaken... NPC. So I've got all sorts of people here. That's what a cost looks like up close. That is disgusting. Okay, so if I ever need to remind myself as to who someone is, I can go for them here. And then I can also look at that. Okay, that's what the Lady of Pain looks like. The Lady is a mystery. She's widely regarded to be the de facto ruler of Sigil, its protector, and its victim. She is said to guard the doors of the cage against the myriad schemes of the gods, to be the ultimate expression of balance in the multiverse, to be the prisoner of the city of doors. There are thousands of stories about her. One even tells that she's actually 6 giant squirrels with a headdress, robe, and ring of levitation and illusions, but none of them can be answered. She is a true enigma, a puzzle with no solution. If someone displeases her, by upsetting the balance of the city or worshipping her... Worshipping her? Wait, so you're not supposed to worship? Huh, interesting. The lady may punish the offender. Her punishments range from the mazes, a twisting, turning hell with a cleverly disguised exit, to the casting of her shadow across the transgressor, covering him with slashes and gouges from her sharp-edged shadow, leaving behind a pile of gore and viscera. Neither option is particularly attractive. That's fun. And that's a limb, if I really care enough. These innocuous insects appear to be little more than giant fleas. However, they can be trained, and seem loyal to their owners. How far that loyalty extends is worth investigating. Okay, then we've got Farod. Okay, a bunch of different townspeople. Is there anything that I can learn about the were-rat? Because that seems to be what dragged off Morte, and I think I need to know more about these guys. Lycanthropy is a sickness passed on by the bite of an infected creature, turning the unfortunate victim into a were-beast, a creature that is half human, half beast. There are a number of creatures that pass along this disease, some of them quite noble, others fearsome and awe-inspiring. The rat is neither of these, and its lycanthropic cousins are the skulkers of the were-world, the hiders in shadow, the despised. Their personalities all seem to reflect this. I'm kind of surprised that didn't necessarily apply to...
I'm gone.
Soego, then. Interesting. But, now that I know I can't sell anything here, I should try and see if I can get back through the Alley of Lingering Sighs and... I don't know.
I'm gone.
Who else could I talk to sell all my stuff? You're that mage that was mentioned. You see an older man in elegant robes. He has bright eyes and a warm smile. He gives you a slight bow as you approach. Good day, Cutter. I am Sebastian. How may I serve you? Greetings. Greetings to you as well, Cutter. He stops in mid-sentence as he notices your scars. You see his eyes travel along them, and his eyebrows arch in surprise. He returns his gaze to you. I was about to ask what I could do for you, but there is no need. I think I see why you came to me, Cutter. What, are you trying to say you can help me with these scars? He smiles at you and shrugs his shoulders. Perhaps, Cutter, perhaps. He leans forward and begins to examine your scars carefully. He runs a finger across several of them, mumbling to himself. Finally, he looks up to you. Yes, Cutter, I can help you. I cannot cure you, but I can alleviate the worst of your condition. And your price? Ah, yes, the price. He begins stroking his chin and stares at you. You get the impression you are being weighed somehow. He seems to come to some sort of decision. I have a job that I think you could perform. Go on. I have signed a contract with a certain creature. I am no longer able to fulfill the contract. It is beyond my abilities. However, the creature will not release me from the contract. Instead, it has threatened me with death unless I fulfill the contract. Let me guess, you want me to solve the problem for you. He sighs. Yes, I cannot do it myself. My reputation demands that I fulfill the contract or face its consequences. I am at your mercy in this regard. Will you help me? What kind of creature are we talking about? An Abishai named Grosu, Cutter. He pauses to gauge your reaction. I know this is a difficult task, but one I think you can handle. Also, the reward I offer is great. He gestures at your scars. What were you contracted to do? He shakes his head. I cannot reveal that information, Cutter. I am magically bound not to. That is why people come to me. They know that if I accept a contract, it will be handled with discretion. I see. An interesting proposal. He looks at you hopefully. Will you do it, Cutter? Yes. Give me the details.
My journal.
He smiles at you and gives a sigh of relief. Thank you, Cutter. The creature is an Abishai named Grosuk. You will need a magic weapon to cause it any harm, so check with some of the shops if you do not own one. A spellcaster can harm it as well. Grosuk can be found to the east, beyond the siege tower. Siege tower? Yes, over beyond the market. Damn thing just appeared one day several years back. No one knows why, yet no one seems able to get inside it to find out. I see. I had a talking skull and he was kidnapped. Can you help me? He stares at you for some time before answering. A skull. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, I would say your skull is now in the possession of the Master of the Bones, which means you should get yourself another skull, Cutter. What can you tell me about the Master of the Bones? He frowns and glances about for a moment. His name is Lothar, and he does not appreciate the attention of others. I know nothing of him, and can answer no questions about him. You can actually see a hint of fear in his eyes. Let us speak of another subject, Cutter. Very well. What's going on around here? He looks at you suspiciously. What do you mean, Cutter? He looks around and spreads his arm as if to encompass the whole ward. Life, Cutter. Life as usual. Nothing more. Interesting.
I'm gone.
I wonder when I'm going to meet another protagonist. Well, another PC. Well, I mean, I'm not sure given what I've heard about Ignis that I really want him around. But at the same time, I also still have Honor around, so I guess that doesn't necessarily apply to me. So, next question is, if I'm going to be dealing with were-rats, well, I have an enchanted a magical weapon, don't I? And this sledgehammer is likely also enchanted. Well, here's the thing. I don't need all of them. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to take another stab at selling my crap. Because even if I can't sell everything, I should at least be able to sell the weaponry I've acquired. So I should be able to sell all this. So let's go check with the weaponsmith and see what we can do.
Might as well.
So, Anna, let's sell all this stuff. Should I sell the pry bar at this point? Probably. I definitely don't have much room for a pry bar. Okay. That's the arm I need to keep a hold of. So, now that I've done that, I need some magical weapons. So, let's... Actually, I've got room for something. So... Magical weapons. Adder's Tear. This glistening green tear is as hard and smooth as a pearl. When placed on the tongue, it dissolves instantly. It gives the user the ability to spit forth spiraling bolts of acidic green energy in an opponent. Useful. Actually, you might be the one who... Well, I didn't see any magical weapons, so I guess I need to talk to you. Come on, Nameless One. Enchanted Battle Axe. How different is that from my Battle Axe? It isn't. So, what about the high quality siege? Notch Dagger. Okay. Enchanted +2. Special +2 piercing damage. That's actually not bad. Not some bad weaponry all around. Club of Piercing. Huh. I like that one. And it's too expensive now that I look at that price. Magic Punch Daggers. I wonder if Anna is willing to use them. Well, let's see. Anna's common weapons are a pair of jagged daggers, dagger blades mounted on iron knuckles. The blades are well oiled and razor sharp. In addition, their relatively small size allows them to be concealed quickly when a guard patrol makes a sudden appearance.
Touch my blades again and I'll put them in your skull.
That answers my question. No touchy. Now, I want the club! I want it! But I need to sell all my crap if I really do want it, and I definitely want to keep around the decanter. Shoot. I probably don't need the green steel dagger. So it's just a matter of either selling enough stuff. Kind of wish... I wonder... Can you identify anything? Ah, too many people here. Yay, hitboxes. Nice. Okay, that is a shamanic robe. Okay, is there anything else that applies? Actually, wait, aren't I holding a bunch of weapons that need identification? Alright, let's do this again. It costs money to do this, but honestly, if I get more money back for it, and why aren't you identifying? What, are you out of range? Or can you only identify specific stuff, or maybe one thing a day? That's obnoxious. I wouldn't have done the shamanic rod first if I had known that fact. What if you hand them off to me? Because I'm closer. Nope, he's just not identifying them. Jerk. So be it. But I have an enchanted battle axe. You'd think this would be enough to hurt a were-rat, but I'm not sure I want to put myself in a position where I'd find out. That's the only problem here. So the question is, am I willing to go into that environment?
I'm gone.
Well, at this point, I'm not sure I have much of a choice. I need Morty back. Well, I want Morty back so I actually have room to carry all this.
I'm gone.
You know, I just wish I could sell all my crap to people. And now that I think of it, there was one other person I wanted to talk to here. Why do I have to be horribly indecisive? Oh boy. Now, where was that person? You might be the guy that the store owner, that the furnace guy mentioned. You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently, he is tending a furnace. Greetings. He turns and gives a half smile as he sets down his work. Hail, do you need some help? Yes, I have questions. Hi, I'd be pleased to help you if I could. The boy looks grateful not to be toiling over the furnace. What is it I can answer for you? Can you tell me about this ward? Oh, aye, this here's the lower ward. Common folk live here, like me and Mida. His eyes widen a bit and he looks excited. Do you know why it's called the lower ward? No, why is it called the lower ward? Well, as it's reckoned, the ward's got a mess of portals to the lower planes all riddled through it like cheese, so it does. So I suppose that's why the name stuck. He smiles proudly. Why are there so many lower plane portals here? He shrugs. It's a mystery to me as it is to you, Cutter. Not sure if there's a reason for the portals as much as just circumstances. Could be the lady's will, could just be chance, suppose. Do any creatures ever come out of these portals? His eyes grow a little wider. Aye, they do. Most of them just stopping through. He swallows nervously and looks worried. You look nervous. You've seen this yourself? Aye, I've seen it. He pauses and swallows again. It was just last week or so. I saw a couple of Abishai come through a portal. They talked a good bit and then one of them went back through. The one that stayed is still there. What were they talking about? I don't know for sure. To me it was just hissing and such. But I think they was talking about the tower. The tower?
Updated my journal.
Aye, that's one of the strangest sights to be in the ward. No one really knows how long that scarred old tower's been around. You can't get into it, you know. Bolted up tighter than a chastity belt. I'd be curious to know what's in there. He thinks for a moment. The Abishai was gesturing at the tower around the portal. They was looking for the key, I bet. What key? The key to the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it to somewhere. The key can be a gesture, an item, or even a thought. Many have tried hard to get into the tower. No matter how hard you try, you fail. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in.
Updated my journal.
I don't know, Cutter. Maybe. Tell me where this portal is located.
Updated my journal.
He stops to think for a moment. There's a drawbridge-like contraption back of the tower, east of the market. That's where it is. He gets a faraway look. Is there anything worth seeing around here? Not much to see. The Great Foundry's impressive, though you might check that out. Home of the Believers, you know. He stops to think. Most of the more amazing sights in some of the upper wards. It might be better to look around there. I hear there's a brothel there, the Fest Hall, and some other places that are more interesting. I don't know for sure. I've been here all my life. Tell me about the Foundry. Center of the ward, pretty much. An impressive structure, to be sure. You can't miss it. Just head north. You'd know it by the big gates. He marks it on your map. Tell me about the Believers. They've got a bunch of names. Believers, Godsmen, Believers of the Source. We mostly just call them Godsmen. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they seem to get by pretty well. They're a pleasant bunch. They believe that everybody can be great as the powers even, if we just strive to reach it. It might mean you have to start life over a bunch of times, but you'll eventually get there after a time. So they're another faction here. What faction are you? Oh, me and Mita are in-depths. We're a faction that's not really a faction. We're a faction that believes that people are free to do as they will. We're a pretty loose bunch, and we don't take too kindly to making or obeying other factions. What is the purpose of all these factions? He glances at you. The factions are them that govern most of Sigil and the day-to-day business. There's a bunch. There's the dead, the dustmen, the dustmen that take care of all the dead bodies on the street, and then there's the governors that make the laws, and the sensates. There's a number of factions. Here in the lower ward, we mostly deal with the Believers, the Godsmen. He nods in the distance. They have their kit in the Great Foundry, and they're a pleasant enough bunch. Now, what can you tell me about the city of Sigil? The corner of the plains, the city where almost everything intersects. Never born, really. The Lady of Pain is the law, and the rest of us mostly try and bang out a living under her shadow. What can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? Don't know much about her. She keeps the powers out of Sigil, keeps the fiends out, and talking deals with nobody. Except maybe the Dabbas. She'll pen you in the dead book damn quick if you worship her or try and hurt Sigil. Her face and the blades surrounding it would be the last you'd see. Interesting. At the mention of a face surrounded by blades, a memory forces itself into your consciousness. For a moment, you are standing in a darkened alley, breathing heavily, her face shrouded in blades and with cold eyes. Suddenly, the memory fades and you are talking to the lad once more. Peculiar. Where'd that woman go? Here we are. You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile as you approach. Her smile broadens. Hello, I'm Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you, Cutter. She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have some questions. Alright, what do you want to know? I'm looking for someone named Lothar or the Master of Bones. Lothar. I don't know anyone named Lothar. Can't recall ever hearing the name. She gives you a concerned look. Did you say Master of the Bones? That sounds ominous, doesn't it? Why would anyone want to be known by that name? Well, to frighten people, I guess. She looks lost in thought as she taps her chin with a finger. Finally, he nods her head. Yes, I think you're right. It gives me the chills just thinking about it. Master of the Bones is a rather scary title. I don't think I'd mess with anyone who had a title like that. Alright. Did I get any more information on her? Yay, being able to... Didn't even show up. Either that or things are severely out of order in here, but by the looks of it, they don't seem to be.